It was so easy. I saw a way out and I took it. Now they all think that I'm her.
Her husband, her lover, her best friend, and her stepdaughter. Welcome to our second Ringer review.
Yeah.
This episode's called
What We Have Is Worth the Pain.
Episode 17.
So the episode starts off with Siobhan and Paris on the phone with Henry, and she finds out that Tyler Barrett was killed.
Yeah, so Siobhan, with those little gears working her head, says, well, it was probably Andrew and Olivia because when we flash to a flashback.
You see Andrew talking to Siobhan because she's getting all suspicious about the company, and he's like, I will kill you if I have to. She gets it on tape.
And that's when you really realize that Andrew will go through any lengths to keep what he has, even kill Siobhan. And then you connect that. That's why Siobhan was on the run and all that shit.
We go to Machado over in Virginia, and we see that he's going back to his office, and he finds out that Malcolm has gone missing, the guy who was going to testify against Ottaway to get him to finally go to jail.
Bridget already knew that Malcolm was missing, so she's on the hunt to try to find Malcolm. And she remembers that they had this GPS thing to track each other, so she thinks that she can reverse it and find Malcolm that way.
And so they go to one of the tracking places, and it turns out to be a crack house. And they go all the way to the basement and find some homeless man gripping onto Malcolm's phone. No Malcolm.
So, since that turns out to be a dead end, they basically decide that where was the last place he was, the hotel. They said to go back and visit and try to see if the surveillance tapes might have anything to give them a clue of what happened.
We move on to Juliet, and we see that she's going to go visit her mom. And in the hotel lobby, you see that she runs into this cute guy with an interesting tattoo on his arm.
So next, we switch to the next scene where Bridget and Solomon are looking at the surveillance tape that he took, and they're looking at who. They see that there's a visitor for Malcolm, and they fast forward a little, and they see Andrew. And then Bridget realizes that Andrew is a killer, and he isn't afraid to kill people. And she realizes what Malcolm was saying, that he really is a bad person and very dangerous.
And then Solomon, her bodyguard, finally tells her that he knows that she's not Siobhan, and that she's Bridget. He found out through all these little clues of things like car sickness that Siobhan had that Bridget didn't, and then he finally topped it off with checking out the DNA from a cup she sipped from, and he found out her secret.
He's a badass. Next, you see Henry on the phone with Siobhan, and then Siobhan shows up at the door. And then Henry's basically tired of all these games that Siobhan's been playing and that he's never clued in. So he's like, well, why do you want Bridget dead? Why would you do all this to Bridget? She's your sister. And then finally Siobhan lets Henry in that Bridget basically killed her son, and she'll never forgive him, which is why she was willing to put Bridget through all this and let her die. And basically that she had everything planned, and it's not all by coincidence.
Tessa magically comes out of her coma and meets with Juliet at a cafe. And Juliet's telling her about this cute boy she met, and she's like, oh, I Facebook stalking him like a typical teenager, and shows him a picture. And it turns out that he's the same guy that beat Tessa, and she goes running out of the cafe, and Juliet is just confused and amazed at everything.
So she runs to her mom, and then she's telling her mom all this, that they need to run away because the guy's after him. And then she sees a hole in the wall, and she remembers what the boy told him, that he got mad at his boss and that he punched a hole in the wall. Links two together, and what do you know? She realizes that her mom is the one that sent the guy after Tessa and is behind all of this. And she basically says, Mom, fuck you. I like Siobhan better. She's a better mom to me, who's actually Bridget. And she says, I don't want nothing to do with you anymore.
Siobhan ends up going to Andrew, wearing all black to cover up her pregnancy, and pretends to be Bridget, is pretending to be Siobhan, and tells him that she's not in love with him, that she's going to give him away, she's going to ruin him and the company, and that she hates him. And Olivia overhears this, and she gets in a car, and she's calling him a serious person, and she's like, I need to get out of here. She's going to blow the whole thing over. I need to get my way out of here. The company's dead.
During all this, Bridget is sitting with Solomon, waiting to meet up with Henry, which is actually never going to happen because it's all part of Siobhan's evil plan. So as she's leaving, because she's fed up waiting, she gets a text from Malcolm, not really Malcolm, and she go to meet him at the loft. So Bridget goes to the loft to meet him.
And who does she see there? Andrew. And she's like, you tricked me into coming here. And he's like, no, I did this because I love you. Juliet told me you were coming here. I want to make this work. I believe in us. I'll do anything for you.
And then you find out that that message from Malcolm didn't actually come. You think it's from Andrew, but it really wasn't from Andrew. So we don't know who exactly sent the message. And then all of a sudden, during their conversation, gunshots go off. Pow, pow, pow.
And Agent Machado runs in, and all you see is her bodyguard Solomon putting down a gun, and he's like, I got hit over the head. I just got here. I saw someone run out. And
on the floor, with holding in Bridget's arms, who do we see? Andrew. Andrew got shot. Who shot him? We don't know. Guesses?
Olivia. I'm thinking it's Olivia.
I think it could be Henry, actually. Trying to take some initiative.
That's a smart one.
Yeah, so who knows who it could be, but we're going to have to wait till next episode and come check us out and see what happens.